Hello, I'm Foon from hustlecastle.site. Welcome back to my channel. It is September 2022. We are in the middle of a yarn-themed Rune event and the donkey is here too. Just to let you know what's coming, I'm going to buy the donkey artifact in this video and give it a few test runs. But just some real quick housekeeping. I give away diamonds every week. You enter by leaving a comment on any of my videos. Doesn't have to be a new video. There isn't always a new one every week. YouTube shows me new comments across my whole channel. So go leave a comment on this video now with your game ID. Then in a few days, come back and leave another to enter next week's contest. Go check out any of my explainer videos if you like. Those are all meant to be evergreen content, very different from videos like this one that are not super useful after the event is over and the donkey is gone. I can also tease my next video now. I got to borrow one of the new pistol sets and I'll be testing that out in an upcoming video. So subscribe if you want to see that come up in your feed when it's ready. I'll mention the event, though I don't have much to say about it. It's a rune event. Historically, if you're just missing the new 3 runes, they drop around 60, 150, and 250 to 300 collections. But it seems that number 2 is dropping a little closer to 200 this time. They're coming in the order of mage, archer, then tank. But of course, that's just if you're missing the new 3. If you're missing more, they'll come pretty randomly, but it's still 250 to 300 to finish collecting them all. I didn't buy this event, saving a few bucks. Might just end up putting that in the Royal Challenge, so not really saving. The Royal Challenge is this thing that's here every month. They started adding unique items to these, and the fear of missing out is real. It's hard to let unique items pass you by when you can just grab it now for $10, but also all that little spending does add up, so not sure what I'll end up doing. The new event already does look nice, like a lesser Dragon's Eye, and Dragon's Eye is available from the Red Dragon now, so not sure how much we'll see this in top teams. I am seeing it a fair amount right now, but that's normal because everyone wants to test it out. Using both might be redundant, but time will tell. Definitely not a bad item to be able to give the power of resurrection to your choice of fighter. And that's all there is. Rune events always just have 3 new runes, the opportunity to get any old runes, a new artifact, and a bunch of new skins. That's how every rune event is. The skins you'll mostly get from the island. I've put them all on, make my squad look like my family just after opening my grandma's Christmas presents. I think the only one I'll keep using long term is this one with the rainbow knit cape, because that's pretty amazing. All right, let's get to the donkey. I think you all know to buy the stuff with resources, other stuff you buy if you just really want it a bit faster. I'm tempted by these Blade King Essence here since I have diamonds to burn, but arena badges poor, but I'll see how many chests it takes me to get the arty. All right, on to the main event. Let's throw away some diamonds. First, I gotta give a warning. The donkey is the biggest money pit in the game. And by donkey, I mean these top chests here. You lose $50 in a blink and can walk away with nothing. And worse, you'll feel like you have to keep going and then it's a couple hundred and you never wanted to spend that on a single item. So just be aware of what you're getting into if you decide to go for this. I'm only missing the new artifact, and you need to be careful and look in this screen to be sure you are also only missing the new artifact. Okay. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so I'm officially not lucky, but I'm not unlucky yet. 11, 12. All right, so 12 is not so bad. And there it is. So 12 chests for 710 diamonds each. That's 8,520 diamonds. I mean, the donkey himself sells 8,000 diamonds for around 50 bucks. So it's a bit more than 50 bucks. But, you know, if it was real money, if I didn't already have the diamonds. As it is, I still have plenty of diamonds. So I'm excited to test this out because squads that give me a lot of trouble are squads with really strong DBs, and this kind of is being sold as this DB killer artifact. I will cheat and use some information that I just got right off of a Hustle Prime because, well, I don't want to be working on this video too long. So here's a screenshot I took of this artifact with all the classic runes that actually change artifacts. There are other artifact runes. These are the ones that actually change the text. And I got this from Madame from, I'm not going to pronounce that, clan, because I think I would embarrass myself. But here we can see that with a power-up rune that the damage goes up and the damage reduction goes up. With the Rune of Transformation, it's not only affecting the enemy who deals the greatest damage, but also all enemies in a small radius. I think that's not going to be worth taking Rune of Transformation off of Dragon's Eye. The bar there is really high. And then with the speed up rune, it changes from 11 seconds to 9 seconds. Now, let me talk about that for a minute because, again, stealing something from Hustle Prime, Dent Wessam was already using this and testing it out a little bit, and some other people who were also talking about it. And everyone kind of agrees that it's unlikely that this will trigger more than once in any arena battle. So cutting down that cooldown is probably not a huge win. Den also said that the first trigger is in 5 to 6 seconds, so I'm going to take his word for it and not bother testing that myself because I trust him. All right, so let's get this thing in my squad. All right, so I only put this here recently, so I think this is a good place to try out my new artifact. Been playing around with a few things today, so my squad isn't completely normal, but I did also run some other fights so I can have an idea of how much this changes things. So first thing I did was ask a clanmate, Tomb, for a few duels. Tomb can pretty easily beat me, had done so just earlier in the day, so I knew that was still true with the other things I was testing. Hint, hint, Raider set. And most importantly, he has one of those annoying Dragonborns that gets 20 million damage in a battle. Now, when I'm asking a real person for help testing something, I do the battles at a normal speed and just look quickly at the stats out of respect for their time. Then when we're done, I look closer at the battles at half speed, record if it's for a video, and look deeper into the stats. In this case, he had hit the duel button each time, which is very gentlemanly. I didn't lose my revenge options in the defense battle history. But then I went to the arena without thinking that arena battles go into offense battle history. So those duels were lost without my having recorded them. I'm telling the story because they were still interesting and I wanted to summarize my thoughts from them and just have to say sorry that you can't see. First duel he won and his Dragonborn did over 20 million damage. That was disappointing. But then we did a few more and I won half of them, which is really something to go from not being able to beat someone to it being 50-50 with just one artifact change. In most of the battles, his DB still did really high damage, but I can only imagine that it was lessened enough that I didn't just get flattened immediately and my squad had enough time to do its thing. So off the bat, my first thoughts are this is a powerful artifact that I'll immediately be using in my squad. Also, that this artifact is increasing randomness, or RNG, which is already really high now in the Age of Dragonborn, which is what I consider this current meta, since alliances and Dragonborn have pretty much sunset the Age of Mages. Okay, so I'm going to take my fancy new donkey artifact to the arena and attempt to do commentary on that while not being a total brat while sizing up people's squads. Apologies in advance if I say something mean and you are here listening. We'll go with food. I have a lot of apples. Oh, squad's not quite right. All right, that looks better. I'll cut this if it takes too long. All right, so starting off, I want to get a feel for the opponents in general. Sometimes there's a lot of really strong opponents, sometimes not so much. So we have a good mix here of a couple people who will be pretty easy to beat and a few that I'm not so sure I can beat. Back to the beginning again. All right, so to start off, I'm looking for someone who will be difficult to beat. I'd like to win, but I don't want to finish with 150 points. I want to finish with a win, but as few points as possible. And I also want someone who is not going to be above me for round 2. I want someone, for example, one of those ones with here, Bad Luck here has 141 points. That's, somewhat low, but I think I might get too many points beating him. 23, I would get too many points. Here we go, this one. 27 is pretty strong, but they have 0 points, so they're going to be below me, assuming I win. Oh, here we go, 29. That's the way to go. So again, I'm hoping here to not get too many points, but to still win. All right, 145. That's good enough. There's going to be some people above me. Okay, card for winning. And it's already round 2. I got lots of choice of people to attack up. I do tend to be a little aggressive and just keep attacking up. And I also really like to use round 2 to attack somebody who I don't think will still be above me in round 3. Kind of looking at who's already attacked me. A couple people have attacked me and lost. So I'll go for Grace. That is the more aggressive move because that might push me up pretty high up and I won't be able to attack up for the next round. Yeah, so besides being less power than me, I'm seeing here You know, some older sets that are not very much the current best options. Okay, and we're already round 3. I have 2 options to attack up. Let's see, a full Darkula. Oh, and a Bane instead of a Dragonborn. Okay, Alien Scepter. This is a fun trick with Illusionists. They're so hard to get. A lot of people buy them. And Restore Health is the soul that comes with it when you buy it. And it also is going to be around an 80% roll. So you can kind of tell that person bought their Illusionist weapon, which no judgments from me. Certainly I spend enough money. I don't judge others for spending money. All right, good win for me. Yeah, Kula, you got to replace that Doom with a Dragonborn. Okay, and that is going to land me, that's going to land me in first, going into round 4, which is actually where I like to be. What's everyone else up to? For these last 2 rounds, there's a couple options that I'm pretty sure I can still get lots of points by attacking down. And now I'm forcing the people who are right below me to either attack me and maybe lose or maybe not get many points, or to also attack down, and then the bet is that I'll be able to win faster and get more points than they are. All right, 147, pretty good. Curious if anyone attacked me and tried to jump me last round. So the player from Clan Mexico got pretty close. It's a good squad. Oh! He beat me. Or he or she. They beat me. But still have less points than me. We'll see how it ends up at the end. Let's watch the battle. So I'm always more interested in the closer battles. For example, this one that I lost. I have nothing to say right now, but I will look closer at the recording and add any text over if I see things that are worth pointing out. Okay, the Dragonborn did decent damage, but I don't know how much they normally do. So he can't attack me again. He already did, the guy in second place. So it's going to come down to who can kill the weakest one fastest. All right, I get 147. Let's see how the players in second and third place did. Okay, yep, looks like I win. So overall, a pretty easy expo. I think arena. I think I would have probably gotten first with or without the new artifact, though that's hard to say for sure. Maybe the guy in second place would have killed me faster and had a few more extra points. I think we should do one more. Might get harder opponents. Yep, everything looks good. Here looks good. Let's go. All right. To 27. At 29. Some older skins, some nicer skins there too. 24 should be okay. A 30 from a clan that I recognize. That always makes me a little worried. 27 I can normally handle. 29 from a really good clan. That's going to be a problem. Also, whenever I see those old cat arena skins, I get a little nervous. Oh, and they're one of these squads with the eclipse. And that's still a bit to be questioned, like whether the main tank should be Eclipse or Executioner of Light. I prefer Executioner of Light, but I do see that some really, really good players use the Eclipse as their main tank. I'm kind of still thinking that it's just that they're just really good squads. It's not that the Eclipse pushes them over the edge. But yeah, it is something that I keep an eye on. Who's everyone attacking? So just like before, I'm looking for someone who I shouldn't be able to beat too quickly. And I expect them to be underneath me at the end of round 1. And I'm watching the battle slower for you. Oh no. Oh no, 150 is not what I wanted. Okay, so obviously lovely to get such a great victory, but it's not what I wanted for my overall arena strategy. So here we are in round 2. I have 150 points, so I can't attack up like I would normally do. These guys in 2nd and 3rd are definitely making me nervous about my chances of finishing first. I don't want to use up the easy attackers now. I'd rather save them for later on. So here's somebody at 30 million, but some older sets here. Oracle Shadow, Ranger. Yeah, Kira, I'm not sure I could beat. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one and hope I don't win too fast. I'd like to have someone I can beat above me for round 3. All right, 148. That's actually, I don't know if that's good or bad that I got those points, because probably the people who are going to be passing me are those ones that I'm not very confident that I could beat. Okay, in fact, Dark King is going to be passing me. Who attacked me? A lot of people attacked me this round and lost. That's good. I can feel a little more confident attacking them later on if I have to. All right, so Dark King beat Jung's, and Jung's lost to me. So that kind of makes me feel like maybe I have a good chance. I would say normally I would not try this. Yeah, this is a pretty strong looking squad. Normally, especially during an event, I would just go for the easy win to get the cards. Oh, and a nice Snake Charmer too. And I would see someone here with their Eclipse and Snake Charmer set squad, and just let them be happy with 2nd place. But it's a video, and I'm trying to attack good squads, and also I use apples, and it's really nice to get first with apples, so you get that ticket. So I'm going to be a little adventurous and go for it. I'm not great at following battles. There's just so much fire and explosions. But yeah, couldn't win. Put up an okay fight, but you know, not that person is just stronger than me. How did their tanks do with my new artifact? All right, so 7.5 million damage. You know, so more than me. But I never get huge damage from my Dragonborns. You know, I'm not one of those people who can get like 20 million, except like, you know, in PvP, of course. It's hard to say. But I think probably that squad looked really good, and that I think they would probably be disappointed with that damage, even though it's still pretty good. All right, so we have 2 left. I can still attack up. Najkin here. Has he already beat me? Okay. So it's called the squad that basically everyone has. But when someone has, the same squad as me, but more power, then they have a good chance of beating me. Or I can go down here. There's a 24 and another 24. This one actually looks pretty solid. I see everyone's attacking though right now. I think I'm going to go with this one actually, with the Bastion and the other more outdated sets. Although I don't mean to specifically talk against Bastion because we have a new clan member who's using that as their main tank and actually is really strong. And I have seen a couple of really strong squads using Bastion, both 2 out of 6 on their archer or just as a main tank. So even though I kind of associate it with like the older meta squads, it's definitely a set that it doesn't necessarily mean that the person isn't paying attention. But in this case, they're pretty easy to beat. Oh, and I'm glad I didn't hit Notchkin because he just beat me, or they just beat me. All right, strong finish with a nice 150 points for the last battle. So did I get second? So it looks like I'm going to finish third, which is pretty good considering I did lose one battle. I didn't make a great play for my first battle. And the guy in second actually did beat me. Should we watch that battle? Again, we are here to see nice close battles. Okay, my archers are down, so yeah, I just don't have a chance. Everyone's fallen over. Yeah, totally flattened me. I killed a couple, but no doubt who was better. Okay, so usual regular squad, as my claimant Aiden calls it, that everyone has. Wow, 34 million damage. So yeah, I don't know if my new artifact triggered or if they died before they could. But that's a lot of damage from one guy, and not that long of a battle. They're playing at 1x speed, so maybe they look longer than they are, but the battles were all pretty short. Yeah, nothing too interesting, but yeah, that Dragonborn is a killer. All right, so the arena's over. Got third, but the people above me were definitely better than me, so I'm not sad there. In conclusion, I really, really hate to recommend anyone give money to the donkey. $50 is too much for a single item. But if you've been playing for a while, obviously throw in room 11. Don't ever spend donkey level money if you still need to level up and will grow out of the gear. But also, if the red dragon has caught up to when you started playing the game at tier 11, so you've already gotten all the top gear that you were missing from older events, basically players who've got diamonds to spend and not a lot of places left to spend them, if you've already got the best of everything, then maybe this is worth getting. I think this is going to be good enough that it's not just going to end up in storage if you get it. I used to always ignore the donkey, and I didn't get that magnet artifact, and I'm always a little, oh, I wish I had that, when I lose to someone who has it. But that artifact alone isn't going to mean I can't beat somebody, which will be true for every artifact, this one included. So it's not like you absolutely need this. You don't absolutely need any single piece of gear. And if you start spending more money than you're comfortable with, then you're going to start feeling like you need to quit the game. and then that money really will be thrown away. So I say get it if you're in a position where you can afford it and it makes sense for you. I really think this will be used and not end up in storage. But if it doesn't make sense for you to buy it, don't sweat. You'll be fine. Certainly for most people, 8,000 diamonds would be better spent on the red dragon than the donkey. All right, that's all I got. Remember to leave a comment with your game ID each week to enter my diamond giveaway. Subscribe to see my next video where I'll be testing out that impossible to get pistol set from the Very Dark Souls portal chests. Good luck getting those runes, and I will see you around.